At 16 years old, most kids are worried about homework and driving tests. Barry Minkow was running a company out of his parents' garage, one that would go public on Wall Street, make him one of the youngest self-made millionaires in American history, and turn out to be almost entirely fake. This is the story of ZZZZ Best and the teenager who conned banks, auditors, and investors before he was even old enough to legally sign his own checks. In 1982, Barry Minkow started a carpet cleaning business in Inglewood, California, while still a sophomore in high school. He was so young that California law didn't even allow him to sign a binding contract. 2 banks actually closed his business accounts once they realized he was a minor. To keep the company alive in its earliest days, Minkow resorted to check kiting, running up fraudulent credit card charges, and even staging break-ins at his own office to collect insurance money. This wasn't a slow-building con. It was survival mode from day one. Minkow's real breakthrough came when he branched into insurance restoration, cleaning up buildings damaged by floods and fires, work that insurance companies pay handsomely for. With the help of an insurance claims adjuster named Tom Paget, Minkow created an entire fake company, Interstate Appraisal Services, whose only purpose was to falsely confirm to banks that these restoration projects were real. They weren't. Eventually, this fabricated division accounted for a staggering 86% of ZZZZ's Best's reported revenue. When auditors from a major accounting firm asked to visit a job site, Minkow's team simply rented a building, staged it to look like an active restoration project, and walked the auditors through it. It worked. In December 1986, at just 21 years old, Minkow took ZZZZ Best public, becoming the youngest person in U.S. history at that time to take a company public. The stock soared. At its peak, ZZZZ Best was valued at $280 million. Minkow appeared on Oprah. Wall Street called him a prodigy. While ZZ's Best was preparing to acquire a much larger competitor in 1987, the Los Angeles Times published an investigation revealing that Minkow had a history of unresolved credit card fraud allegations and had never paid back some of his earliest victims. Banks panicked and pulled ZZZZ Best's credit lines. Investment bankers postponed the acquisition immediately. At the same moment, journalists and investigators discovered that several of ZZ's Best's biggest restoration contracts, the ones supposedly generating most of the company's revenue, simply didn't exist. The stock collapsed almost overnight, losing more than a quarter of its value in a single day. By July 1987, Minkow resigned as CEO. The following year, he was indicted alongside his co-conspirators on charges including racketeering, securities fraud, and money laundering. Investigators would later reveal ties between the operation and organized crime figures who'd helped fund it. Minkow was convicted on 57 counts of fraud in 1988 and sentenced to 25 years in prison. Shareholders were completely wiped out, with total losses exceeding $100 million, though they eventually won a $35 million settlement from ZZZZ Best's own auditors for failing to catch the fraud. Minkow was released early in 1995 and did something almost nobody expected. He became a pastor and later founded something called the Fraud Discovery Institute, presenting himself as a reformed fraud fighter who helped investigators expose other scams. For a while, it worked. He was profiled on 60 Minutes as a redemption story. But the redemption was itself a con. In 2011, Minkow was convicted again, this time for manipulating a homebuilder's stock price and separately for stealing more than $3 million directly from the congregation of his own church, including a widow he tricked into donating to a hospital that never existed. The judge in one of his later cases said it plainly. Minkow was a gifted person with, in her words, No moral compass that says stop. Most frauds end when the con artist gets caught. Barry Minkow's didn't. He simply found new marks and new disguises for over 2 more decades.